Hey guys, and welcome to a loot from 10 hours of Elite Dungeon 3. So when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. The majority of the 10 hours were actually done duo with my buddy Schlippy, so you could see this as a loot from 10 hours of group Elite Dungeon 3, as 2/3 was done duo, the other part was done trio, and I did one occasional little solo, I believe, for Reaper to finish it off. I'm saying this because most of the clips, if not all of them you'll be seeing on screen, are actually from trios, and that's only because I didn't record any duo clips because I didn't set any PRs. Trios, of course, are much faster, and therefore you get much faster kills, and therefore I set a few new boss records, and a boss record is a kill time for those that did not know. During those 10 hours of Elite Dungeon 3 runs, I did use Lucky Charms all the time because, well, there's a little chance of making more money and getting a very rare pet drop, I believe, which is worth 400 mil. And apart from that, the demonic title scroll is a rare drop you can get during Elite Dungeon 3. Of course, the ECB pieces from the Ambassador and the Bossy McBossface sword, I believe, from that mini-boss. And that's pretty much it. Also, I'm pretty sure I did not record all of my PBs. I think I missed a few because my recording software crashed. It is what it is. Anyways, you guys are interested for the loot of 10 hours of Elite Dungeon 3, so I won't keep you guys waiting. The 3 items you can see in my inventory were also parts of my loot. However, because my Elite Dungeon 3 chest was full, they could not be collected in the chest. So, let's check the chest. And as you can see, there's a total loot of 88.35 million GP. Most of the money is actually in the relics, which are worth 1 mil, 25k and 5k. However, I will be disassembling the common ones for components, which I'll show you in just a minute, instead of alching them, because that would just take way too long, even in auto alcher, and I'd rather have the components. The other money is in the Blackstone Hearts, Onyx Dust, Onyx Ball Tips and Hydrix Ball Tips, and the Ghostly Essence, Rune Salvage, and the other drops aren't really worth that much, like the Raw Lobsters, Logs, Prayer Potion 1 doses. The money I made is actually about 10 mil lower than you can see in the chest. I only made about 78 million GP because some things just don't sell for the Grand Exchange price, like the Ragefire Glands. I think I sold them for like 300k each, because it just didn't want to sell, and it just ended up being less money than in the chest. I'd say around 75 mil in total if everything else sells, and once I've high alked everything, which I did do off video. So 75 mil for 10 hours. Now you may be thinking that isn't too bad. That's 7.5 million GP per hour. And yes, you'd be right, that isn't that bad. That's pretty good. That's around the same GP per hour you make at Nex on average, unless you're lucky, about 10 to 11 mil. If you're doing solo or duo, that is. I think I used about 2 to maybe 3 million GP per hour in supplies and overloads, sourdough and brews, and food, because I did die once or twice because of lag or just a stupid mistake. I don't exactly remember because I did do these 10 hours spread over like 2 weeks or something, so it took a while. I did also use a Scrimshaw Vampirism for the first 3 hours just to save on food and make it easier, more relaxing. However, that cost 3 million GP as well, 1 mil per hour to be exact. So that cut into my profits as well. I actually ended up not using a Scrimshaw Vampirism for the remaining 7 hours to save money, just to make it, that little bit more profitable. But yeah, I think it ends up with being 5 to maybe 6 million GP per hour on average if you don't get any drops. If you do end up getting a Eldritch Crossbow piece, which can be anywhere from 230 to almost 500 million GP for the Mechanism piece, your GP per hour gets bopped up by a large margin. It will of course depend on if you do it duo, solo, trio, whatever, because you have to split the drop if you are splitting, which will cut into your profit again, but it will still be around 150 to 280 mil GP in total for 10 hours if you get one of the 3 ECB pieces. But the chances of getting an ECB piece in duo or trio isn't actually that high as solo, so it is unlikely you get a drop in 10 hours in about 30 runs if you do 3 runs per hour on average, which we were doing. And finally, the Invention components I gained from disassembling the Common Reef relics. Look at that difference of the before and after disassembling all of those common relics. That is a huge amount of components. I also disassembled the darting shadows for those extra swift components. To be completely fair, I just got a huge amount of varied components. I got a bit of everything, just nothing rare and really useful, but just a lot of common and uncommon materials I can use in the future for whenever I need them. And with that being said, I think that pretty much covers the loot of 10 hours of Elite Dungeon 3 group runs. So if you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing. And if you're already a subscriber, I would like to ask you to consider to subscribe to my second channel, Protoxx Extra as well, which is linked in the description below, as it'd be awesome to get that channel to 1000 subscribers, get it partnered, and have YouTube actually push my videos of other games and RuneScape mini guides on that channel instead of me actually plaguing my main channel with those videos, as I know RuneScape viewers may not like that. Once again, thanks for watching, catch you guys later, peace.